Hey, hey. I hope you all are having a great night. We just were watching some of the men's gymnastics Olympic trials to see who is going to make it and be on Team USA. So that has been some fun that we've had tonight. I hope you all had a great day. I want to make sure this is working first. Okay. I hope you all had a great day. I want to talk a little bit about your college essays for your student. This is something where sometimes students think, I'm not a good writer, this isn't going to go well, it's going to be awful. As parents, you have that sense of concern of what's going to happen when my student starts writing this, and I am going to end up that it's going to cause arguments, or it's something where it's going to be stressful and you feel like all your time is going to be spent on that. It doesn't have to feel so stressful. There is a process that you can follow. There are several different types of essays. Now, some schools might not have released all of their supplemental essay information. And I'll talk about the difference between a personal statement and then also the supplemental essay. So some of that might not be released yet. And I talked a little bit the last couple of days about how the common application, filling out the personal statement, is something that you could go ahead and do now, because that's not going to be removed when the common app switches over. And so that's something where it actually the final prompt for that is for students to write about something that they get to choose, essentially. And that's something that they could go ahead and start working on right now. Then you have the supplemental essay. And so that might be specific to the college. It might be something like, why our college? Why this major? And then there could be other questions that the college might ask about it. And even if a student doesn't feel like they are a strong writer, it is something that if they are starting sooner, then they have time to be able to get it figured out and figure out what they should do, where they should focus their efforts, and to be able to go through some different exercises to help them. Now, I will say, one of the people that I love is College Essay Guy, and I actually have taken some of his courses and have his books and use that with the students that I'm working with to be able to talk through their values. One misconception that students think is that they have to write about a challenge. And if they didn't have something that was seriously, tremendously, horribly wrong, that's going to have a negative impact. And that's not the case. It's not something where they have to have this, that it has to be this super negative thing that has happened to them. There are other options and opportunities for students to write essays and think about what makes them unique. And it doesn't have to be that there's this big, huge story behind it. But what the colleges really want to know is, what is that student going to bring to their campus? So what are their skills? What are the values? What is it that they can bring to that campus to be able to make a difference as they are on campus interacting with others? What things have they maybe done in their high school career, and then what can they do now moving forward, and how are they going to make an impact on that campus? So it's something where, like I said, with that personal statement, colleges, that can be students telling their unique story. They can choose what they are going to write about. And then some of those supplements might be more about their values or strengths, or why our college. And I will say that if you are writing a why our college essay, you want it to have more detail than just rewording the values that the college has talked about on their website. Yes, those are all important things to know. You want to know what the college values, you want to know what matters to them, but really going in and looking at, if there is a specific college, what is it about that college that makes it seem special for your student? Is it that there's a family history of people attending there? Is it something where students and families have, maybe there's a particular major, and maybe even within that major, students are going in and they are looking at the professors that work in that particular area of study, and they've realized that there are some people that really could be a great fit for them. And so that's something where you want to, with the personal statement, it can be generalized for multiple colleges. But once you get into those supplemental essays, you really need to make sure that you are individualizing and personalizing those statements for the individual college and the individual major. And so that's something where you really want to make sure that it is unique, it reflects who the student is, and that there's not a right or wrong answer. It is about being able to tell, again, going back and telling your student's specific story. So if you have anyone who might be interested in setting up a time to dive deeper on this, if you are interested in diving deeper on this, or you would like me to talk with your student, talk with you about even doing a workshop to work through some of the brainstorming activities and work through some of the different values exercises to make sure that students are able to really define what they want and to take some of the stress off of you as a parent, because I know with my own teenager that it's not always an easy thing for him to want to talk through homework or other things with me because I'm mom. And that's okay. So sometimes it can be better to have someone who is a third party kind of going through that. If that's something you're interested in and you want to dive deeper on that, send me a message and we can set up a time to talk. I am helping several students right now as they go through their essay process and the brainstorming and looking at all of those different pieces and making sure that they have everything that they need to help show those colleges their values, their interests, and their story to help them stand out. Again, send me a message. I would absolutely love to dive deeper into this with you and what the differences are in the essay and the personal statement, those supplemental essays. Feel free to reach out to me. If there is anything, oh, here's one other piece that I will say. So we talked about making sure that your personal statement is something that can be generalized, and the supplemental essays are things that you want to individualize to the school. Now, you can go find essay prompts for the prior year if you looked at 23-24 graduates and the supplemental essay prompts. That's something that you could find. If the college has not released their prompts for 24-25 seniors, be careful with not spending too much time on those supplemental essays, because it's something that might change depending on if the needs of the college have changed and what they're looking for in their incoming freshman class. So again, I hope this was helpful. Send me a message if you want to dive deeper. I hope you have a great evening, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye.